Don't eat that food. Every head turns. A small black girl, 12 years old, barefoot, clothes filthy and torn, bursts through the service door of the Sterling Room's grand ballroom. 300 guests in designer gowns freeze in shock. Security guards lunge toward her. She dodges, wild-eyed, desperate. "Sir, please," she gasps, pointing at the man at the head table. "The soup. It's poison." At the head table, William Sterling, billionaire philanthropist, sits before French onion soup. His spoon hovers midair. Gregory Hamilton, his nephew, suited in Tom Ford at Sterling's side, stands abruptly. His face drains pale, then flushes crimson. "Remove this vagrant immediately," Gregory snarls. But the black girl's eyes lock on the soup. Her nostrils flare, catching something in the air. Something deadly beneath the rich aroma of caramelized onions and aged Gruyere. Something no one else in this room of Manhattan's wealthiest can detect. What does a homeless black child know that a room of billionaires cannot see? Diana Turner wakes on cardboard behind a dumpster in Hell's Kitchen. January cold bites through her oversized men's jacket, donated, 3 sizes too large but warm enough to survive another night. Her stomach cramps violently. She hasn't eaten in 2 days. Against her chest, she clutches a worn leather journal. The cover, once pristine, now shows water stains and frayed edges. Embossed in fading gold, Andre Turner, Master Chef, Personal Recipes. She opens it carefully, as she does every morning. Her father's handwriting fills every page, not just recipes but memories, notes, warnings. On one page, dated 3 years ago when she was 9, he'd written in the margins, "Diana, baby, if you ever smell bitter almonds in food, run. That's cyanide." Never forget. She traces the words with her finger. 2 years since the explosion. 2 years since the kitchen at the Sterling Room became an inferno that swallowed her father whole. A memory floods back, sharp and warm. She's 7 years old, standing on a step stool in her father's restaurant kitchen. Andre Turner, successful black chef, master of his craft, lifts her up to smell caramelizing onions. "You have a gift, baby girl," he says, tapping her nose gently. "You can smell things other people miss, like a superpower. Use it to help people." Little Diana giggles. "What kind of things?" "Everything. Spoiled meat, gas leaks. Even poison." His face grows serious. "Someone tries to hurt people with bad food, you'll know. Your nose will tell you. Like a superhero?" "Exactly like a superhero." He kisses her forehead. "My brilliant girl." The memory shatters. 2 years of foster homes where she was just another black girl nobody wanted, where bruises came easy and questions went unanswered. First family, the Hendersons, white couple in Queens. They seemed kind during the evaluation visit. The social worker left. Everything changed. "Listen here, mister," Henderson said, towering over 8-year-old Diana. "We get $900 a month for you. You'll earn it. Cleaning, cooking, laundry. And you'll sleep in the basement." When Diana tried to tell them about her father, about the explosion that wasn't an accident, about Gregory Hamilton's threats she'd overheard, Mrs. Henderson laughed. "Sweetheart, your father was a cook. Gregory Hamilton is a millionaire. Why would he care about some chef?" At night, they locked her in the basement closet. "To teach you not to lie." Hours in the dark, cold concrete, spiders, Diana clutching her father's journal, whispering promises. "I'll tell them, Daddy. Someone will believe me." She escaped through a basement window after 6 weeks, ran barefoot through Queens in December. Second foster family was worse, the Mitchells. Lasted 3 weeks before Diana broke a window and climbed down the fire escape, leaving blood on the glass. Child Services found her once. A social worker, white woman, tired eyes, tried to send her back. "Diana, you need to stop running. The system is trying to help you. They lock me in closets. They don't feed me. They don't believe me about my father." The social worker sighed. "Honey, your father died in a kitchen accident. Gas leak. It was tragic, but it wasn't an accident. Gregory Hamilton threatened him. I heard it." "Diana," the woman's voice went flat. "You're a traumatized child. These delusions." Diana ran again. This time she didn't get caught. 6 months on the streets, December through June. Chicago winter nearly killed her. She slept in subway tunnels, behind dumpsters in abandoned buildings, ate from trash cans. Stole apples from corner markets. Lost 20 pounds from her already thin frame. Her clothes, a donated men's jacket, a torn dress underneath, hung off her skeletal body. Her hair, once carefully braided by her mother's hands, matted into tangles. Her brown skin showed dirt, bruises, the evidence of survival, but she kept the journal, always pressed against her chest. Her father's final gift, his warnings, his recipes, his proof, because 3 days before the explosion, Andre Turner had written, discovered major discrepancies in company accounts. Gregory Hamilton siphoning funds through shell catering companies. Minimum $80 million. Must tell William tomorrow. Diana, if anything happens to me, this journal is proof. Keep it safe. Give it only to William Sterling. Trust no one else. And then the last entry the night before he died. Gregory called, threatened me, said accidents happen in kitchens, gas leaks, fires. Very tragic. I told him I have evidence. He laughed, said no one would believe a chef over a Hamilton. Tomorrow I tell William everything. I'm recording our conversations from now on, for Diana. For the truth, Diana pulls out the small digital recorder she keeps with the journal, her father's last insurance policy. Today is the Sterling Room's annual gala. William Sterling will be there. Gregory Hamilton will be there. Today she keeps her promise. Diana walks 47 blocks. Her bare feet leave bloody prints on cold sidewalk, but she doesn't stop. At 7:00 p.m., she reaches the Sterling Room, the restaurant where her father spent 15 years creating culinary art, where he died. She slips through the service alley past kitchen staff too busy with gala prep to notice one more person. One more ghost. She hears music, laughter, champagne glasses clinking. She takes a breath, clutches the journal, and moves toward the ballroom. Then she smells it, faint. Barely perceptible beneath garlic, butter, wine reduction, caramelized onions, beef stock, Gruyere cheese, but unmistakable to someone whose father spent years training her nose. Bitter almonds. Her father's voice echoes, "If you ever smell bitter almonds, run. That's cyanide, baby, never forget." Diana doesn't run. She bursts through the doors. The Sterling Room's grand ballroom is a cathedral of wealth. Crystal chandeliers worth more than most people's yearly income. Marble floors polished to mirrors, gold trim everywhere, 300 guests in Versace, Armani, Tom Ford, diamonds that could feed families for years. Conversations about vacation homes, yacht purchases, art collections. Diana Turner steps inside. Every conversation stops. A small black girl, 12 years old, 4'9", maybe 70 pounds. Barefoot on polished marble. Her clothes, a filthy men's jacket over a torn, stained dress, hang off her skeletal frame. Her hair is matted with weeks of street living. Her brown skin shows dirt, bruises, the evidence of homelessness. "Oh my God," someone whispers. "Is that a child? How did she get in here?" Security guards, 3 large men in black suits, move toward her immediately, but Diana's eyes lock on one man, Gregory Hamilton, 52 years old. White, 6'2", gold Rolex gleaming, sitting beside William Sterling at the head table, the man who murdered her father. "Don't eat that food," Diana shouts, pointing at Sterling's soup bowl. Gregory Hamilton stands slowly. His face cycles through confusion, recognition, shock, then rage. "What the hell is this?" he signals security. "Get this vagrant out of my event." Now, Diana pushes forward. Guards reach for her. "Sir, please." She looks at William Sterling. "Mr. Sterling, the soup is poisoned. I can smell it." The room erupts in murmurs. Gregory's laugh is sharp, cruel, designed to humiliate. He turns to the crowd, playing to the audience. "Did someone's maid bring their kid to work?" He gestures at Diana with disgust. "How did this happen? Get this little rat out of my event immediately." Diana's voice trembles, but she pushes forward. "Sir, I'm Diana Turner, Andre Turner's daughter. The chef who died here 2 years ago. The soup has cyanide in it. I can smell." "You can smell?" Gregory's voice drips with mockery. He walks toward her, 3 massive steps. He towers over her small frame. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a homeless child who claims to smell poison. This is what happens when standards slip." Laughter ripples through the crowd. Uncomfortable at first, then growing, Diana clutches her father's journal tighter. "My father taught me. He was a master chef. He taught me chemistry, how to identify." Gregory grabs the journal from her hands. Diana tries to hold on, but he's too strong. "This," he holds it up, mocking. "This is your proof." "A dirty notebook?" "Please, sir, that's my father's." He throws the journal violently. It explodes in midair. Pages scatter everywhere across the marble floor, recipes, notes. Her mother's photo, the last family picture, all 3 of them smiling, lands face up 15 feet away. Diana's breath stops. Then she's moving, dropping to her knees. Hands scrambling to gather the pages. Tears blur her vision. "No, no, no," she whispers, crawling across the polished floor. Her hands shake so badly she can barely pick anything up. She reaches her mother's photo, clutches it to her chest like a lifeline. Gregory stands over her, smiling. He turns to the crowd. Phones are out now, at least 40 people recording. A woman in the back holds her phone up. Live 1,834 viewers. "Ladies and gentlemen," Gregory announces, voice booming. "This is what happens when you let just anyone into our spaces." Some homeless child walks in, claims to smell poison, expects us to just, "What? Believe her." Laughter, louder now. Diana tries to speak through her tears. "My father, he died here." "You killed him. The gas explosion wasn't." "Your father what?" Gregory's voice is theatrical, performative cruelty. "Honey, Andre Turner was a cook, a good one, sure. But you really think his daughter would be?" He gestures at her with disgust. "This, crawling on the floor like an animal," someone in the crowd snickers. A man in a tuxedo whispers loud enough to hear, "Probably on drugs." A woman in diamonds adds, "Should we call child services?" Gregory reaches for his wallet, Louis Vuitton. Thick with $100 bills, he pulls them out slowly, making a show of it. The crowd watches, phones recording everything. "Let's see," he counts dramatically. 100, holds it up. 200, 300, 400, $500. The live stream counter climbs, 3,247, 5,891, 9,433 viewers. Gregory crumples all 5 bills into a tight ball. Then he throws it at Diana's face. The money hits her cheek. Bills scatter around her on the floor. "There's your welfare check, sweetheart," Gregory says, voice loud and clear for the cameras. "Now pick it up like a good girl." Diana is frozen, kneeling on cold marble, clutching her mother's photo, tears streaming down her face. "Come on," Gregory taunts. "You people love handouts, right? It's right there, on your knees where you belong." The room is silent except for the click of phone cameras. Diana looks around, 300 faces, some laughing. Some looking away, uncomfortable but silent. Phones everywhere. The live stream, 15,209, 21,843, 28,556 viewers. Comments scroll. "This is awful. Someone help her. That man is terrible, but also, she's probably lying, looks like a scam." Disturbed child Gregory's wife, Amanda, steps forward, blonde. Dripping in diamonds, her gown probably cost more than a car. "Gregory, honey, should we call the police? She's clearly disturbed." "Excellent idea, darling." Gregory pulls out his phone. Dials, making sure everyone can hear. "Yes, this is Gregory Hamilton. I'm at the Sterling Room. We have a trespasser, a black child approximately 12 years old. She's making wild accusations, claiming our food is poisoned. She's clearly mentally disturbed, possibly on drugs. Yes, please send officers immediately." He hangs up, smiles at the crowd. "Police are on their way." Diana sits on the marble floor. Pages from her father's journal scattered like fallen leaves, crumpled money around her. Her mother's photo pressed against her chest. She's given up trying to speak, just crying silently. Police sirens wail outside. Her eyes scan the back of the room, land on a face she recognizes from her father's photos. Chef Brandon Cooper. 50 years old, black, her father's friend and colleague, standing perfectly still. Watching, waiting, for a moment their eyes meet. His face is stone. He doesn't move forward, doesn't help. Diana feels her heart break completely. Even him, even her father's friend, she's alone. This is her lowest moment. She closes her eyes. Brandon Cooper moves. He cuts through the crowd like a blade. People stumble aside. His chef's jacket, white, pristine, authority parts the sea of designer gowns. He reaches Diana in seconds. Drops to his knees on the floor, pulls the small black girl into his arms. "Diana," he whispers. "I'm here, baby girl, I've got you." Diana sobs into his shoulder, her whole body shaking. Gregory Hamilton's face twists with annoyance. "And who the hell are you, the janitor?" Cooper's head snaps up. His eyes could melt steel. "I'm Brandon Cooper, executive chef of this establishment. And I've known Diana Turner since she was 5 years old." His voice carries across the silent room. "You just assaulted a 12-year-old child whose father I worked beside for 15 years. He stands, pulling Diana up with him, keeps one arm around her shoulders. Protective, fierce. You want to know who else I am, Mr. Hamilton? Gregory's confident smile wavers slightly. I'm the chef who's been documenting every suspicious order you've placed, every unusual request. Every time you've been alone in this kitchen. Cooper pulls out his phone, including tonight, when you personally supervised Mr. Sterling's soup preparation. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Gregory forces a laugh. That's absurd. I was ensuring quality. Were you? Cooper's voice goes cold. Then perhaps you can explain why I found this in the prep area after you left. He holds up a small glass vial, empty, label partially torn off. Potassium cyanide, medical grade. Dissolved in distilled water, 3 drops in hot soup release a telltale signature. He looks at Diana. A faint smell of bitter almonds that only the most sensitive nose could detect. The crowd gasps. Gregory's face drains of color. William Sterling stands slowly, staring at his soup bowl. Brandon, are you saying? I'm saying Diana just saved your life, sir. Cooper turns to address the crowd, 300 faces frozen. 2 years ago, Andre Turner died in a gas explosion in our kitchen, ruled an accident. But Andre had been investigating financial irregularities. He'd found evidence of embezzlement. Millions of dollars. He was going to report it to Mr. Sterling. He looks at Gregory. To report you. That's slander. I'll sue you for what? The truth. A new voice cuts through. A woman pushes through the crowd. Black, late 50s, professional suit, carrying a briefcase, Margaret Williams, Andre Turner's attorney and closest friend. She walks straight to Diana, kneels down. Touches the girl's face gently. I'm so sorry I made you wait, baby. Had to make sure we had everything. She stands, opens her briefcase, pulls out thick folders. Gregory Hamilton, she says, voice like steel. I'm Margaret Williams, attorney at law, Harvard, 1995. I've spent 2 years investigating you. Gregory backs up. I want my lawyer. I'm not saying another word. Oh, you don't need to say anything. The evidence speaks for itself. Margaret pulls up documents on her tablet, projects them on the ballroom screen. The crowd watches transfixed. Offshore account, Cayman Islands, account number 7,739,205, opened March 20th. 5 days after Andre and Marie Turner died in that very convenient gas explosion. Gregory's face goes white. Initial deposit, $2 million, transferred from Sterling Enterprises discretionary funds. Authorized by, she looks at Gregory. You, the crowd murmurs. Shell Company, Delaware, Hamilton Consulting, LLC, created 18 months ago. $12 million in fraudulent contracts with Sterling Enterprises for services never rendered, payments all approved by. She pauses. You. That's out of context. Those were legitimate. Were they? Margaret's voice rises. Let's ask the FBI. Oh, wait, we already did. They've been building a case for 6 months. She turns to the screen, pulls up emails. Should I read these aloud? The ones where you discussed how Andre was getting too close, how he needed to be handled, how a kitchen accident would be so tragic but convenient, screams from some guests, others backing away from Gregory. Amanda Hamilton stands abruptly. Gregory, what is she talking about? Amanda, don't. We're separated, Amanda announces to the room, effective immediately. My lawyer will contact you. She grabs her purse, diamonds glittering as she walks out. Margaret isn't finished. She reaches into her briefcase, pulls out a small digital recorder. Diana, sweetheart. Is this the one your father gave you? Diana nods, still crying. Margaret presses play. Andre Turner's voice fills the ballroom, strong, warm, alive, dead for 2 years but somehow present. Gregory, I know what you've done. I have all the documentation, the offshore accounts, the shell companies. Tomorrow I'm telling William everything. Then Gregory's voice. Younger on the recording, but unmistakable. Andre, you need to be very careful making accusations. Accidents happen every day in kitchens. Gas leaks, fires, such tragedies. I'd hate for something to happen to you, to beautiful Marie, to little Diana. The recording ends, absolute silence. Then chaos, everyone talking at once, cameras flashing. The live stream hits 127,893 viewers. Margaret holds up one more document. And this is the mechanical inspection of the Turner's kitchen gas line, conducted by an independent expert last month. Findings, deliberate tampering. The valve was manually compromised. This was murder. She looks at Gregory. You murdered Andre and Marie Turner. You tried to murder William Sterling tonight. You threw money at a 12-year-old orphan and told her she belongs on her knees. Her voice drops, quiet, deadly. You're done. Gregory backs up. His face cycles white to crimson. Sweat beading on his forehead. This is all circumstantial. I have rights. I need my lawyer. The ballroom doors burst open. 2 NYPD officers enter. Detective Sarah Martinez, 45, Latina, 20 years on the force. Her partner, Officer James Wilson, 38, black, sharp, and observant. Who called about a trespasser? Martinez asks. Gregory Hamilton's hand rises, then freezes halfway up. Everyone is staring at him. Martinez walks over. You called, sir? There was a misunderstanding, officer. Margaret steps forward. I'm Margaret Williams, attorney. This man assaulted a 12-year-old child. He threw money at her, humiliated her publicly. We have video evidence from 40 phones and a live stream with over 100,000 viewers. She hands over documents. We also have evidence of embezzlement, fraud, and 2 counts of premeditated murder. Martinez looks at Diana, small black girl, tear-stained face, barefoot, papers scattered around her. Money on the floor, the detective's expression hardens. Sir, I need your ID. Gregory fumbles for his wallet, hands over his license with shaking hands. Martinez passes it to Wilson. Run him, Wilson radios dispatch. 30 seconds of silence. Then his eyes widen. Ma'am, he's flagged, federal investigation, FBI Financial Crimes Unit. They want immediate notification if he's located. Martinez's jaw tightens. She looks at Gregory. Mr. Hamilton, turn around and put your hands behind your back. What? I'm being arrested. For what? Detainment for questioning regarding financial crimes, fraud, and involvement in a double homicide. Turn around now. I have rights. I'm a Hamilton. I have connections. You can't, sir, turn around or I add resisting arrest to the list. Gregory looks around. 300 faces, not one sympathetic. His wife gone, his career ending, his freedom ending. His life ending. He turns slowly. The handcuffs click. The sound echoes through the silent ballroom like a gunshot. Martinez begins. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Gregory is crying now. 52 years old, millionaire, connected, powerful. Led away in handcuffs while 100 phones record everything. As they walk him toward the door, Diana's small voice cuts through the silence. Mr. Hamilton. He stops, looks back. Diana stands, still clutching her mother's photo. Brandon Cooper and Margaret Williams flanking her. My father taught me that a person's character isn't measured by what they have. It's measured by what they do when they think no one is watching. Her voice steadies. You had everything, money, position, respect, but you threw it away for greed. And when you thought no one was watching, when you thought I was powerless, she pauses. You showed everyone exactly who you are. The officers lead him away. The doors close. The room sits in absolute silence. Then someone brings a microphone. Brandon helps Diana onto a chair so everyone can see her. This small black girl who just exposed a murderer. Diana looks at 300 faces, at 60 phones still recording, at a live stream with 178,342 viewers. She takes a breath. My name is Diana Turner. I'm 12 years old. 2 years ago, my father Andre Turner and my mother Marie Turner died. Gregory Hamilton murdered them because my father discovered he was stealing. Her voice strengthens. For 2 years, I've been homeless. I've slept behind dumpsters, eaten from trash cans, been locked in closets by foster families who didn't want me, been dismissed by social workers and police who didn't believe me. Tears stream down her face, but she keeps speaking. Mr. Hamilton looked at me tonight and saw a homeless black girl. He saw someone who didn't matter, someone who belonged on her knees. She pauses. He was wrong. She looks directly into the nearest camera. He forgot that my father taught me to use my gifts to help people. He forgot that the truth is stronger than lies. He forgot that powerless people can be the most powerful of all. She turns to Brandon and Margaret. Thank you for believing me, for waiting until you had proof. For protecting me. Both are crying now. Diana faces the crowd again. I'm not powerless. None of us are. We all deserve respect. We all deserve to be believed. And we all have the right to fight for truth. The ballroom erupts, standing ovation, thunderous, 300 people on their feet, applause that shakes the chandeliers. Diana Turner, 12 years old, barefoot, torn clothes, stands in the light of 100 cameras. Finally seen, finally heard, finally believed. By midnight, the video has 5 million views. By morning, 25 million. Every news network runs it. Homeless girl saves billionaire, exposes murder. Justice for Diana trends worldwide. At 6:00 a.m., FBI agents raid Gregory Hamilton's home. Search warrants for computers, files, everything. Neighbors film it. That video goes viral too. They find it all. Offshore accounts totaling $18.7 million. Emails planning Andre's death. Text messages to a contractor about gas line work. Receipts for potassium cyanide purchased under a false name. Worse than anyone imagined. Sterling Enterprises Board holds emergency meeting. Unanimous vote. Gregory Hamilton terminated. All assets frozen. Full cooperation with law enforcement. William Sterling personally offers Diana his penthouse guest suite. Margaret becomes her legal guardian. They hire therapists, tutors, a full support team. Diana moves into safety, real bed, regular meals, warmth, but nightmares last for months. 6 months later, federal courthouse packed, media everywhere. Gregory Hamilton sits at the defense table in orange prison jumpsuit. His expensive lawyers surround him. Everyone knows it's hopeless. Diana takes the witness stand. Navy dress, hair in neat braids, healthy for the first time in years, hand on Bible. "I do," Prosecutor Rachel Torres asks gently. "Diana, tell the jury what happened the night of the gala." Diana's voice is calm, clear, powerful. She tells them everything. The homeless months. Foster care abuse. Her father's training, the smell of bitter almonds, the humiliation, the money thrown at her face. The jury is crying. Defense attorney tries to discredit her during cross-examination. Suggests trauma, confusion, mental instability. Diana looks him in the eye. "Sir, I'm not confused. I know exactly what happened. My father trained me for years. I detected cyanide. Mr. Hamilton murdered my parents and tried to murder Mr. Sterling. 25 million people watched him assault me on video." Silence. Evidence is overwhelming. Financial records, audio recording, gas line inspection showing tampering, emails, texts, witness testimony from Brandon Cooper, chemical analysis of the vial. Jury deliberates 2 hours. Count 1, embezzlement, guilty. Count 5, wire fraud, guilty. Count 12, conspiracy to commit murder, guilty. Count 19, first-degree murder of Andre Turner, guilty. Count 20, first-degree murder of Marie Turner, guilty. Count 23, attempted murder of William Sterling, guilty. All 23 counts. Guilty. Gregory Hamilton collapses, sobbing, sentencing 2 weeks later. Judge Patricia Rodriguez, 62, Latina, no nonsense. "Mr. Hamilton, you murdered 2 innocent people for money. You tried to murder a third. You stole millions. You assaulted a traumatized orphan publicly." She looks at her notes. Prosecution recommends 30 years. Defense requests 10. Her eyes are ice. "I sentence you to 40 years in federal prison. No possibility of parole for 30 years. Gregory will be 92 if he survives to parole. Life over. Diana watches. No joy, just closure. Diana Turner, age 13, stands in William Sterling's office. Now partly hers. She's his junior consultant on culinary programs. She's taller, healthier. Hair in beautiful braids, professional but age-appropriate clothing, photos of her parents on her desk. Her father's journal in a glass case, protected forever. Knock on the door. Margaret enters. "Ready for the board meeting?" "Yes." They walk together. Sterling's board of directors rises when Diana enters. Respect. Real respect. William Sterling presents her plan. Diana has proposed the Andre and Marie Turner Foundation, dedicated to protecting orphaned children, especially those in foster care. Especially black children who aren't believed by the system. Her plan, $100 million endowment, legal services, mental health support, emergency housing, educational scholarships. Training for social workers on implicit bias. Board votes unanimously, approved. After the meeting, Diana's phone buzzes. Unknown number, text. "Hi, my name is Marcus. I'm 10. My parents died. I'm in foster care. They hurt me. Nobody believes me. I saw your video. Can you help?" Diana's eyes fill with tears. She types, "Marcus, we've got you. You're going to be okay. Call this number right now. We will protect you. You're not alone." Diana, she looks at her parents' photo. I hope I made you proud, she whispers. Foundation launches that night. Website live. Applications flood in. First-year results. 2,847 children helped 156 abuse cases, stopped 94% success rate, 0 returns to homelessness the model spreads. Cities across America launch similar programs, 34 cities in year 1. Gregory Hamilton sits in federal prison, wife divorced, children disowned, name synonymous with greed and murder. He'll die there. Diana, age 14, records a video, uploads to YouTube. She looks into the camera. Hi, I'm Diana Turner. 2 years ago, I was homeless. Sleeping behind dumpsters, eating from trash. 2 years ago, a man threw money at my face and told me I belonged on my knees. Pause. If you're watching this and you're struggling right now. If you're a black child in a system that doesn't see you. If you're homeless, hungry, alone. If adults don't believe you because of how you look, how old you are, where you come from. Her voice strengthens. Don't give up. Your moment is coming. That night at the gala, 300 people watched me get humiliated. Only 2 stepped in. Brandon Cooper and Margaret Williams. They changed everything. Next time you see someone being hurt, dismissed, destroyed, don't just watch, don't just record. Intervene, protect. Believe them. That person might not have a billionaire protector like I found. They might have nothing. Be their Brandon, be their Margaret, be their someone. Leans closer to camera. Gregory Hamilton looked at a homeless black girl and saw nothing. He was wrong. I had power he couldn't imagine, the power of truth, of training, of people who loved me. Never underestimate anyone. The homeless child might save a billionaire's life. The 12-year-old might expose what the FBI missed. The person you step over today might change the world tomorrow. Worth isn't measured in money or skin color or age. Final message. Like this if you believe dignity matters. Comment when someone underestimated you. Share with someone who needs hope. Subscribe for justice stories. Somewhere right now, another black girl is sleeping behind a dumpster. Clutching evidence no one believes. Waiting for someone to see her. Will you see her? Nobody should be invisible, not ever. Your past doesn't define you, your choices do. Video ends. Diana Turner is now 14 years old. She has helped 3,156 children through the Andre and Marie Turner Foundation. Gregory Hamilton is serving 40 years in federal prison. He will be 92 years old when eligible for parole. The Turner Foundation has been replicated in 34 cities. $275 million has been raised for child protection and foster care reform. 0 children served have returned to homelessness. New York passed the Turner Protection Act, safeguarding orphaned children from asset theft. William Sterling created a $50 million culinary scholarship program in Andre Turner's name. Diana plans to attend the Culinary Institute of America at age 16, following her father's dream. This story represents thousands of real children dismissed by systems designed to protect them. Be their someone,